Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 205 of Weather Weekly. Good to be with you. Meteorologist Marcus Bailey from Wish TV in Indianapolis. We are now a week in officially for the last month of the year, month of December. Hopefully it's going well for you. It has been awfully cold for many days this past week. Did find at least a little improvement. Finally got out of the freezer over the weekend. But well below average temperatures for several days. So much so, I did some stat searching. Now, this will be for the first 7 days. Didn't factor in the 8th, which was Sunday. I just wanted to kind of keep it clean. This is the 8th coldest week, so coldest start to the month of December. The average temperature, so the highs and lows and everything in between. 24.9. That's pretty rough. And it is the coldest since 2010, when our average temperature was 24.4. So we're not a whole lot far off from that. And then you have to go to 2005. That was the second coldest at 21.3. The record is 1886 at 16.4. So that's a real cold, right? Real cold. So yeah, a little bit unusual for the cold start to the month of December so far for this year. We do have some kind of warming temperatures, a lot of fluctuations coming up in this extended forecast here over the next 7 days. It does come with a host of precip chances as well. It does get a little busy here, especially in the front end of this forecast. We'll break it all down in the week ahead for December 9th. 2024. That's next on Weather Weekly.
Audible's best of 2024 picks are here. Discover the year's top audiobooks, podcasts, and originals in all your favorite genres. From memoirs and sci-fi to mysteries and thrillers, Audible's curated list in every category is the best way to hear 2024's best in audio entertainment. Like a stunning new full-cast production of George Orwell's 1984. Heartfelt memoirs like Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson's Lovely One. The year's best fiction like The Women by Kristen Hanna and Percival Everett's brilliantly subversive James. Audible. There's more to imagine when you listen. Go to audible.com/imagine and discover all the year's best waiting for you.
Are you struggling to close deals? Cold outreach is wasting the time of both the buyer and seller at every stage, especially when sellers are using shallow and outdated data. Your organization can overcome these challenges with technology that translates comprehensive, high-quality buyer data into real-time insights. These deeper insights empower sales reps and teams to adopt the habits of top performers, which leads to better outcomes, like more pipeline, higher win rates, and larger deals. We call this deep sales. And we've built the first deep sales platform with the next generation of LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Right now, you can try LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get a 60-day free trial at linkedin.com/trial. That's linkedin.com/trial for a 60-day free trial. Let LinkedIn Sales Navigator help you sell like a superstar today. Just go to linkedin.com/trial and get started.
All right, it is the week ahead for December 9th, 2024. Let's begin with the 9th. That is Monday. Rain chances continue probably for the first half of the day and likely wrapping up by the afternoon. It is going to be pretty mild here for Monday the 9th. We'll go with cloudy skies still hanging around, I think, even after the rain leaves. And I've got us with the highs into the mid-50s, right around 53 for Monday afternoon. And despite the warm-up, wind's not a tremendous issue. I know that seems sometimes unusual when you have some of these big swings in temperatures. And it was a little breezy at times over the weekend, but shouldn't be a problem on Monday. Could have a few spotty rain chances Monday night. Otherwise, I think we are just kind of cloudy. And we're cool, but above average in terms of our overnight lows. Should have lows dipping down to the mid-30s thanks to that blanket of cloud cover. Okay, so now we got a cold front that's going to move through here on Tuesday. It looks like it's probably going to slide in here late afternoon into the early evening. We are going to be a bit cooler. 44 will be your high on Tuesday. We do have a slight chance for a shower in the afternoon. And then as we get colder, Tuesday night, we'll see maybe a rain-snow mix, maybe some light snow showers. Doesn't look like we're going to get much in the way of accumulation. Overnight lows will fall to the lower 20s across our area. We will get some really, really chilly temperatures settling in here on the back end of the system for the middle and end of the week. And so because of that northwest flow, and we saw this a little bit last week, we'll get the lake effect snow machine kind of riding down here. I don't expect that we're going to have major issues for Wednesday. It is going to be noticeably cooler. I think it would come with the afternoon hours. But otherwise, I think you're going to have partly cloudy skies. You'll have a good mix of sun and clouds on Wednesday. Highs around 30. A little blustery. You could get wind gusts getting up to as high as 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that's going to send your wind chills likely into the upper teens, potentially. You could get a few snowbursts on Wednesday. And I don't want to throw that out of the realm of possibility. Okay. And anytime you get those, it can really limit visibility. You could get, quick layer of snow. We saw that last week. Remember last Monday, traffic was a nightmare during the evening drive, even though we only picked up about 1/4 inch of snowfall. Everything stuck. Everybody was on the roads and it just made a mess of things. So, keep that in mind. I don't think as I see it now, obviously, I'm doing this forecast very early on here, right? I'm doing it at the end of the weekend. It doesn't look like it's going to be one of those situations where you're going to see widespread issues, but we are going to get cold enough that, if we do get some snow and you get some heavier burst, it could stick for Wednesday afternoon. So just be an early heads up for that, right? Just something to keep an eye out for. I do think we'll dry out then Wednesday night, partly cloudy. It's going to get cold and still blustery. Lows will fall to the mid-teens. Winds still gusting around 20, so you're probably talking single-digit wind chills heading into Thursday morning. I do see that those winds should ease up when you wake up Thursday morning. Thursday is going to be a cold day, mostly sunny. Winds will be calmer, but I only see highs topping out into the mid-20s. And overnight lows Thursday night with partly cloudy skies dipping back into the mid-teens. Now, it does look like we'll see a warming trend returning for Friday and into the weekend. I've got us dry Friday, partly cloudy, mid-30s for highs. It's still a little bit below average. Could have a slight chance for some showers Friday night with a low of 30. And it could, obviously, with it being around freezing, it could go either way with rain or snow. That's still a long way off. And then I think both Saturday and Sunday, we have the potential of maybe seeing some rain chances coming in here. We're just going to put a chance right now, maybe a 30 to 40% chance both days. It does appear that we are going to warm things up quite a bit heading into the weekend, with numbers likely going into the 40s. I've got us as warm as the mid-40s on Saturday. Some of the extended models that we look at, what we call the national blend of models, and I've mentioned on the podcast before that we combine all of the models there. Kind of takes, for lack of getting into too much detail, it basically just takes some of the averages. 41 it has for Saturday, 43 on Sunday, and then mid-40s for Monday before we fall back to the 40s around Tuesday and Wednesday. So that would actually put us very close to or slightly above average for this time of year. So yeah, it looks like we may get out of the freezer at least a little bit once we get past Thursday. And Friday will be chilly, but Thursday really seems to be the coldest of the days by far in this extended forecast. Not a ton of rainfall heading our way for the next 7 days, and snowfall, like I said, is very limited across most of the state, maybe around 1/10 of an inch May see a quarter of an inch in some spots. Again, that's going to mainly come with maybe some lake effect snow bands. Some higher amounts are possible up in northern Indiana. You got to go way up to like South Bend before you get maybe some measurable snowfall this week with some of the lake effect snow bands. All right, so that'll take you into early next week. We'll do the 8 to 14 day outlook and look at where we stand for this first week in for the month of December and wrap things up. That's next on Weather Weekly.
Credit Karma is your evolved financial assistant, making managing your finances simpler and more tailored to you. Join us at creditkarma.com to start your personalized financial journey today and continue to grow with our innovations. Credit Karma. Evolve your finances.
Why get all your holiday decorations delivered through Instacart? Because maybe you only bought 2 wreaths but have 12 windows. Or maybe your toddler got very eager with the advent calendar. Or maybe the inflatable snowman didn't make it through the snowstorm. Or maybe the twinkle lights aren't twinkling. Whatever the reason, this season, Instacart's here for hosts and their whole holiday haul. Get decorations from the Home Depot, CVS, and more through Instacart and enjoy free delivery on your first 3 orders. Service fees and terms apply.
Let's look at some monthly stats here for December. And I'll preface this by saying we record this podcast on Sunday. And we are forecasting rain Sunday night into Monday, so that obviously will not be totaled in this podcast for precipitation so far. So something to just kind of keep in mind. That will be in next week's episode. All right. So for the month, precip-wise, 4/100ths of an inch of precip. We're down 0.61. For the year, 38.84, we're down 2.52 inches of precipitation for the year. Snowfall, we picked up about a half an inch of snowfall. Believe it or not, we are down a half an inch of snowfall. Last year at this time, though, we had not received any snowfall. Of course, I've mentioned this several times on the podcast. We didn't get our first measurable snow until New Year's Eve last year. We've already blown past that. We had our first measurable snowfall in November of this year. All right. 8 to 14 day outlooks. Really, the dates, December 15th through the 21st. So that would take us almost into Christmas week, right? That basically takes us to the end of that last week for school for a lot of kiddos coming up there. Let's see, the 21st is a Saturday. So yeah, it takes us well into that, then heading into that weekend before Christmas. Strong signal, and that's not just us. Basically, the entire lower 48, pretty decent signal for above average temperatures during that time period. Now, again, keep in mind, just because I say strong signal for above average doesn't mean we are well above average. It just means that there is a really good chance that we could have to, it could be a degree. It could be a 2. It could be 10. But normal high around, the holidays is kind of in the upper 30s, mid and upper 30s. So, it could mean 40s. And I mentioned that in the extended as we head into parts of next week, we kind of hold steady into that low, maybe mid 40 range. So I'm not jumping up and down saying, oh my gosh, it's going to be a mild, holiday or coming up to it. But it does look like we won't have the bitter cold that we had to experience here for this first week of December. There's no real strong signals either way in that same time period for precipitation coming up there. The 3 to 4 week outlook, I know I bring up every once in a while. This would take us basically through the holiday weeks. The 21st through January 3rd. There's no strong signals either way. So they call it what they call equal chances, equal odds that you could go either way on temperatures. You can go either way on precipitation as well. So you're not getting a lot of help there. All right. So that's where we stand for the month of December here coming up. Hopefully it plays out nicely for you. A lot of ups and downs coming up this week. Always love to hear your feedback. You can shoot me an email anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. You can also find me on social media in the search bar on Facebook. It is it's just Marcus Bailey Weather. And on X and Instagram, it is @Marcus Bailey. You can also get our forecast 24 hours a day on our website, wishtv.com/weather. And of course, for free 24 hours a day on our Storm Track 8 weather app. That is a free download for your iPhone or Android phone. You can also catch my forecasts Monday through Friday on the TV side locally in central Indiana. Wish TV, Channel 8, starting at 4 a.m. Monday through Friday. Hope to see you there, although I will be off this week. Just heads up there. But Tara and Ryan and Drew will all be pitching in on Daybreak this week, and I will be back. We'll be back the following week to get you ready for the end of the year, for the holiday and the end of the year. So hope to see you there, but I'll be updating my social media through the week. Not going anywhere. Just got to burn that vacation time before the year's up. You know how it goes sometimes. Thank you so much for checking out the podcast while you're here. Make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We will talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.